But when you only have 6 states that allow gay marriage, and then you just, okay, let's just make it federal tomorrow, I don't know. Is marriage going to be legal in, the entire United States in my lifetime? Maybe not. And maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think, formula, when you want to get something done, you look at someone who's done it. I think the Black civil rights movement is a good example of what works and what doesn't. And send the right people. Don't send someone who's ignorant and who's, got anger issues. Send someone who can properly represent what you want to be represented as. You have to know the system before you can fight the system.
Yeah, I agree with you, but, understand, too, that when people are angry and they've been angry for a long time,
they're emotional.
They're emotional. And if you feel like, you're infringing on my rights, you could be the most educated person and still not be effective when you face someone because you're so angry. In the 60s with the Civil Rights Movement, you had the Black Panthers, and they, you would think, you can't pick up a gun and try to shoot.
Yeah.
That's not effective.
Right.
But, they were so angry that, you had the bombings and you had a lot of warriors. You had the Black Panther movement. Like, in the 60s, there was the SCLC, nonviolent group. You had groups that formed outside of the SCLC, and they were fighting for the same cause, but they were all doing it in different ways. The Black Panther, they were militant.
That's right, and they stopped allowing white people to fight with them.
Because they're so angry. They view everyone as being, oh, you're my enemy because you're not the same skin color. You don't know what I'm facing. You don't understand because you're not a part of this. Unless your skin color is black, you don't know how I'm feeling.
Right.
Whereas the rest of them, they were like, okay, whoever we can get to march with us, that's who's going to come.
And they also relegated the women to being nation builders, have children. They wouldn't allow them either. And that's when Black women really joined the feminist movement, because they were like, what? Oh, really? And then the Black Power movement and white men saw what was happening, that there was a lot of bonding happening between white women and Black women and all women of color, and they weren't liking it. So the Black Power movement made adjustments to bring their women back to them.
Mm-hmm.
White men and Black men did not like what was happening between women, I'll tell you that. A lot of lesbo action happening also. Everybody was getting scared. And that's when the feminist movement fell. That's, where the backlash began, was when we bonded, when Black and white women and all women of color bonded. Because when it's just white women being feminists, who cares? You could just pass it off and say, oh, they're racist. They're just a bunch of white Jews or a bunch of white women that they don't know anything. Those women, it's very easy to pit women against each other based on race and culture.
Mm-hmm.
But when they started coming together, that's when the feminist movement became a huge threat. And that's when they started making changes and they brought their women back to them. And now everybody hates each other based on race. And, God bless America. But God bless us all. But, yeah, so I understand the anger, of course, because I would like to kick Bill in his teeth. I'd like to kick all his teeth out. And Obama, you know that. We don't have to get into that. I'd like to kick all their teeth out. But if you want to get something done, you got to send the right, I don't know.
Sometimes these people, they try to do it the right way and nothing happens, so they get angry. So what about that?
That's true. And now they want to put Proposition 8 back on. And it took 4 years to get Prop 8 going, and they voted it down. Seems like it's never ending, frankly. It can be very discouraging. Look at the ERA, and, you can get discouraged. The ERA amendment never passed. So it's very hard to not be discouraged.
But you can't give up.
You can't give up. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Would you like to say anything in closing besides the fact that you're a homosexual?
Yeah. I had to tell you that I've been secretly in love with you for years. And one day we're going to get married in New York State. And you're going to bear my children.
Well, you have to come here to New York and help me fight for gay marriage. And when that passes, we can definitely marry.
I will come and help you fight for gay marriage. Because that's something that's important to you.
That's good enough to make me want to marry you.
There you go.
There are certain straight women that I like. You know who else I like that's straight?
Who?
Diane Lane.
Oh, yeah, she's pretty hot.
Isn't she sexy? I like these kind of mature, more reserved types. There can't be two crazies. You know, I like a sense of humor, but if you're as crazy and fiery as I am, we're gonna kill each other. I think you and I might kill each other if we were married.
No. First of all, you don't have enough money. That would be one of the problems. And, you know, who's going to do my hair? I like nice clothes.
Yeah, well, I want a woman that's going to send me to go get a mani-pedi every weekend.
And then I need for you to send me to school. I need to go to school, and I need for you to pay for it. I'd like to have a heart attack knowing that you're marrying a black woman. I'll be very hard for him. Can you just see it now? He'll probably come with a mob or something to kill me. I don't want no Negro in my family. She's from an island. Oh, my God. We got a foreigner in the family, and she's black. Oh, shit.
Well, you're Jamaican. At least I know you'll keep the house clean.
I'm telling you. But I like nice furniture, so we're going to have to go to Ethan Village.
Who's paying for everything?
Not me, because I'm Jamaican. We don't have any money. Remember, we're just housekeepers.
And nurses.
We don't have enough money for that shit. And if we're nurses, you know, we have to send money back home to take care of our people in Jamaica. So we can't afford to spend our money in this country, you know? Even though we're living in America and enjoying the benefits. But, you know, as far as the tax dollars, we have to send our money back home so we can take care of our people and build our nice big mansions back home. That's what we do.
Maybe we'll go and retire in one of those mansions in Jamaica, and then we'll get gay bashed.
Oh, I'm not going back to Jamaica with you. What the fucking crazy? We'll be killed when we get off the plane. Now, we can go to Costa Rica. I think we'll be accepted there. As long as we spend our money in the stores.
What about that rapper? Did you hear about that guy, Bantu something?
What about him?
Now they're not letting him tour in certain places. What do you think about that? What's your honest feeling on that?
He's an ass.
Really? You think so?
Well...
But wasn't that song from, like, years ago?
He's a gay basher.
Yeah, he is a gay basher. But the song was from years ago. Why are we all of a sudden upset?
Well, lots of people now are not willing to accept that kind of stuff. You don't need to make songs about degrading women or...
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Or killing gay people.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and sleeping with 5 different women and, you know, all the things you're going to do with all these women. And you know what I mean? You don't need to do that. You have a mother, and you must have sisters. But one thing we know for sure, you came from a woman. You know, how dare you?
Yeah, part of me blames the mothers and the sisters. Part of me blames them.
I wouldn't do that, you know?
I know, that's not a very feminist thing to say. But you didn't know that your child was turning into a deranged, pathological, misogynist and perverted psycho that thinks these things? Did you totally miss the memo on your own son?
I wouldn't blame the mother because, you know, once your child gets to a certain age, you really don't have any control over how they think and what they do and how they behave in public. But, you know.
Yeah.
Remember, the village doesn't raise the children anymore. You know, as a Jamaican woman, I don't want to hear you talking about a woman like that. I don't want to hear it. A lot of the Jamaican songs I don't even listen to because the beats are really nice.
Yeah.
When I was younger.
Right.
Now in the club, I was too busy dancing to listen to the friggin' words.
They used to play that song in the gay clubs, honey.
Saying what it meant, and I understand the language, but I wasn't listening to the words. I was just listening to the beat. It's like most songs, you don't really know the words to the songs, but you know the beat.
Right.
So
right.
that's a good beat, but some Jamaican songs I don't play at all. If my kids are in the car with me, they cannot play it.
Mm.
You know, I don't want to hear it, whether it be a Jamaican song, an American song, I don't care what it is, but if you're going to sit there and gay bash and women bash,
no,
I don't. I'm not paying money for that. I don't want to hear it. I'm a woman, and you're speaking very badly about me. I don't want to hear that crap.
No.
It's not cool. Well, what are we supporting? You're not getting my money. I'm not buying your album. I'm not buying your CD. I'm not buying your tape. I'm not buying nothing.
Or going to your concerts.
Yeah, I'm not going to your concerts. I don't want any part of that.
I'm just wondering, were they banning his concerts because he still performs that song, or because they're just protesting him as an artist altogether?